Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 10 best small forwards here in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. Uploading every single day, multiple videos daily. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. I know I'm only uploading like 3 videos today, less than normal. I apologize, but I'm just taking a little bit of, I guess, a laid back day on videos, but still getting y'all another ranking video today. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. Let's start with number 10. And number 10 was a really tough spot on the small forward position because I feel like there's a bunch of guys that could have gotten that 10th spot. I got like 9 distinct ones that I was confident on, and then the 10th guy I felt like was a tough spot, so I decided to go with Glenn Robinson. This big dog card, Glenn Robinson, is actually very, very good. He's got a smooth jump shot, solid speed, kind of just does everything well. Good all-around defender, has 28 total badges as a base card, 90 driving dunk, smooth jump shot, versatile defender, has a decent fade, even a little bit of movement. Like overall, he's not a bad card at all. And I definitely think he's solid. Like I really do. I think he's a very solid option at the small forward position. Jumper smooth, all that type of stuff. A couple other small forwards you could have included there, I'm sure, as well. There are a bunch of like these mid-tier solid budget type small forwards. I mean, Jaime Jaquez, Steven Jackson, Jalen Williams, OG Anunoby. Like you can go on. There are several options that are really good cards. But to me, the guy I decided to go with the number 10 was Glenn Robinson. Now, number 9, we start to get into this actual list that I felt very confident on. This feels a little low for Draymond. I think I had him a bit higher on my small forwards tier list, but the criticism of this Draymond card, if there is any, is just that his jumper's a little janky. I don't think it's that bad, but he's got good speed. He's a pretty good dunker, and he's a great defender as well, like a really good defender. I love his defense. I actually think this card's pretty good. Like he's got a good wingspan, which helps make up for the fact he's only 6'6". He's got great speed. I know his jumper isn't great and his movement isn't great, but like, I mean, Chris Paul's escape isn't terrible, and the jumper's not as slow as you would think. I actually think he's a pretty good card. I think you could even argue him a couple spots higher if you wanted to. Draymond's a really solid option at the small forward position. Really elite defensively. Number 8 is going to be Rui Hachimura. Rui is just really, really good all the way around in terms of stats and badges. Very similar to a guy like Paolo Banchero. Just does everything well. High speed, good shooter, good dunker, all-around versatile defender. Every single badge in the game except for 2 on the base card as well, which is fire. And jumper is not unbelievable. Movement isn't amazing, but with stats and badges like that and a solid jumper, he is a really good card at the small forward position. And again, gives you that completeness that is really valuable and really, really useful. So that's why he goes at that number 3 spot, or sorry, number 8 spot. Number 7 is going to be Kevin Durant. I am not all that high on KD. In fact, I would personally probably swap like that, legitimately, in my personal opinion. But I understand that a lot of people love KD as a card, and that's fair. He's got great speed. He's got a very high 3-ball. Jumper's solid. Great slasher. Defensively not bad. Does have a lot of total badges, even if a lot of them are lower in tier, I should say. But I will say fully badged, KD is really good. He just needs badges on the defensive end of the court pretty distinctly. But if he gets those, he's a solid card. Like I'm not trying to take that away from KD at all. I think he's a stud. I just realistically have a hard time putting him any higher than, I don't know. I think 7's probably the right spot for him, just because his movement isn't top tier. He's not an unbelievably overpowered card or anything like that. He's certainly not a bad card. Does a lot of things really, really well. But I have no issues, I feel like, putting him at number 7, because I think there are some guys who are distinctly better. And honestly, at number 6, this card I did not expect to be very tough, but he's much better than I thought he was going to be, and that is Hedo Turkoglu. This card's 6'10". Amari Stoudemire's jump shot this year is faster and definitely better. And RJ Barrett upper is also really good, so it's actually a very nice jump shot. Movement-wise, he's okay, but he is an exceptional shooter. Good playmaker, also a solid all-around defender. Honestly, when you compare the card to KD, I get KD's a little faster, a little bit better finisher, but I actually think I like Hedo's jumper maybe even a little bit more. Similar in playmaking, and honestly defensively very similar as well. I think these 2 guys are probably relatively interchangeable, but I actually really like Hedo Turkoglu. I think he's tough, and I think he has a serious argument, to be totally honest, to be over KD, and I'm actually putting him over KD at number 6. This is going to be one that people are going to be mad at me about. I totally 100% am aware that y'all are going to disagree with me. At the end of the day, this is my opinion, and I really do think this Hedo card is very good, so I'm putting him at number 6. Number 5, Danny Granger. This card is very, very good, if not quite on the top tier of the top 4 guys. I feel like the top 4 guys is a pretty distinct tier, at least in my opinion, at the small forward position. And Granger is number 5, 6'9", 7'1" wingspan. elite shooter, very similarly to the last couple guys, KD and Hedo. But his jumper is even faster. He's also got that 85 driving dunk off posterizer like KD does, but he's a more complete defender than KD as well. I should say. More badges, and overall, I would say better badges. And I do think overall, he is the better card. That one, I don't think is that debatable. Like, I think Hedo and KD, you could switch the order on those two guys if you wanted to. I think Granger is better than KD, 100%. His jumper is faster. His stats and badges are slightly better. I just think he's a more solid overall card, and I really do like Danny Granger. He is a top 5 small forward in the game, for sure, to me. Number 4, this is going to be another unpopular selection and unpopular placement. I don't think Jayson Tatum goes any higher than number 4. I really don't. I actually don't have an issue with putting him at the number 4 small forward spot. The reason for that is he does not have a good fade, and he does not have good sigs. His movement is all bad. His escape is behind the back. His dribble style, none of it is good. His release itself is great, but he has no fade whatsoever. Doesn't create any space at all. Now, the stats and badges are top tier, but the stats and badges on every single small forward left on this list are top tier. They might not be quite this good, but I'll take guys who have more size or more animations or better sigs or a better fade, variety of different things in this top 3 that I think are better than what Tatum provides. I understand on paper, he might be arguably even the best small forward in the game, but to me, I think he plays like the 4th best. I think that's an actually fair conclusion. Number 3, Paolo Banchero. I don't understand why so many people have started selling their Paolo as of late. I don't really get it because he is a beast. I mean, I've seen multiple people recently are moving off of Paolo and using different small forwards, and I don't really know why that is, because this Paolo card, I mean, he has every single badge in the game. Once he's badged out anyway. He's got a high 3-ball with a very good jump shot. He's got 90 speed, really good all-around defense, 96 driving dunk, 90 standing dunk. Does literally everything on the court exceptionally well. And he's not like the greatest playmaker in the world, but he does have great speed and is able to get downhill at a very high level. Jump shot is super smooth and easy. He is a freak athlete. He is very much LeBron light in this game and really, really good. Definitely one of the more complete small forwards in the entire game, and just such a good card with such an elite release. At 6'10", that size is valuable. He is so complete and so good. I have no issues whatsoever with him top 3. Number 2, gonna go Kawhi Leonard. The reason I'm going Kawhi at number 2 is mainly because of one specific thing, and that is his behind the back, which helps elevate his playmaking ability. He's got a better escape and better behind the back combo than any other small forward literally on this list. You combine that with exceptional defense and very good slashing, very good shooting, a fast, smooth jump shot, and a lot of, even a strong handle. That creates a lot of blow-bys in that type of animation. I mean, he's a very, very good card. Doesn't really do anything poorly, to be totally honest. I think he's incredibly complete, and again, I really think the value there is the additional playmaking ability that he provides as a secondary playmaker at the small forward position. That's something that is really valuable about Kawhi and puts him at the number 2 spot. But number 1 to me is still going to be LeBron James. To this day, the card who came out on the first day of the game is still the best small forward in the game, in my opinion. His jumper is just absolutely top tier this year. His stats and badges are also still insanely complete. Every Bron you get, realistically, if you're buying Bron at this point in the auction house, he's going to have way more Hall of Fame badges than just 5. And he's just so souped. He's such a good card. He does everything exceptionally well, and there's no real flaws in LeBron as a card. His release is exceptional. His movement isn't bad. He's got a very good fade, nice drag back, attacks the rim really, really well. He's just an elite card and doesn't really have any flaws, to be totally honest. LeBron is, I still think, the best small forward in the game to this day. With that being said, that's going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I will be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.